Ho, ho, ho. It is your boy, Santa Stones. And I'm sorry for everybody out there. I don't know if you guys got my live stream yesterday, but no Wrestle Fandom this week. Instead, Disruption Network is bringing you a Christmas character extravaganza, a Disruption Christmas special starring all of us. What's up, guys?
Hola.
What's going on?
Movie Madness, Wrestle Fandom collide once again to create a melody of madness.
A perfect show.
Perfect show.
We're all here.
All of us.
It can't get any better.
It's been a while since
If Casey had a beard, it'd be a little bit better, but that's it.
If Casey could grow a beard, it would be better.
Hey, I just trimmed it. Little do you know, while I was gone, I was in like a beard growing competition, and it was almost like a wizard beard.
Casey, I follow your socials, bro.
Oh, come on.
Like that.
Why you gotta do me like that?
Come on.
If anybody follows the Essential Casey online, knows for a fact that the only beard he's ever had was a pet bearded dragon he's had in 7th grade that mysteriously was killed.
Why you got to bring up bad memories now?
Why you gotta bring
so
that
so
up?
you got to call out his non-beard. Oh, man.
Okay, so before we get started, Todd.
This is weird to me.
Oh, because Todd was never here for Movie Madness.
He was.
So he's not used to you sitting on the other side.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
Casey's
weird.
used to me being here.
Yeah, because we started so what happened was, I was doing the controls for both shows, but the idea for the format for what we do for a Movie Madness was Joe's idea. So eventually I was just like, Joe, why don't you host the show? Like,
well, because I had hosted one of the weeks when you weren't there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of like sitting back here. And Garrett's like, sweet, I don't have to do it on Movie Madness then. And it's
cool because then I get to work that board usually.
Yeah.
Not today because
Not
there's 4 of us.
So I will not be having votes today. And our topic today is going to be Christmas characters. But before we do that, Todd.
Yes.
If you want to get tattoos, where do you go?
He's always picking on Todd about it.
Well, I screw it up once.
Yes.
You go see Josh at Rocking Horse Tattoo.
And where's that located?
That's a great question.
Garrett?
Because that I don't remember. At least I got his name right.
You did.
It's right next to Big Apple.
All right. Now,
Which everyone knows where Big Apple is.
Garrett.
Seneca Turnpike, go there.
If you needed some screen printing, some vinyl, anything
See, I
like
know
that.
the answer to all this one.
Yeah, you need to go
I'm
see
talking to Garrett
Fred
now.
I don't care.
Good Fred. And
at Seasonal Sports on Riscony Boulevard.
perfect.
Can't
And
miss that either.
This morning I was super foggy.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking clearly.
Right.
And then I took a little bit of boom upgrade
Upgrade your brain.
by the Freeman formula. Go on the website, use the code disruption for 15% off.
15%.
15.
Yeah.
So how you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing all right. I'm ready for this.
You ready to do this?
I'm ready for this Christmas character extravaganza.
All right, so I will do the one shot.
Just happy to be
of
doing Movie
me.
Madness too. That's
All right, we'll
it
do the
feels
one
good.
shot to me, and I'll try to get my big head out of the way. The cords are twisted. I'm gonna die. So
Don't kill yourself on the cords.
first up, we have Clark Griswold versus Cousin Eddie.
So the list that you sent me, I paired some of the people that were in the same movie together to
which I
keep it
liked.
sometimes a little bit easier
Yeah.
for some things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, where do we start? It's like
The single cam's on you, Garrett. So just talk.
he was trying. Here's Clark trying to have a great Christmas with just everything getting his way, especially Cousin Eddie, and at the same time, the shitter's clogged. Like, so, like,
Ooh. So where do you stand on?
I would say, I don't know. I'd actually, for this one, I would go still more Clark, because we're ultimately, for this list, as we ran into a bunch, it's like, what's the title of your list? And you're trying to find somebody who's, obviously this one is, who's more Christmassy. Because if it's like, oh, who's the best character, you and me are going to be voting McClane all the way up. You know what I mean?
Well,
So this is a Christmas one. I think Clark was trying to be a little more Christmassy in that movie, and there was Eddie doing his regular, what can I mooch off of other people? I'd go Clark Griswold on this one. So,
Casey?
You see, it's a tough one for me. See, now that you broke down like who is really more Christmassy, I lean toward Clark. Here's my thing though. Today I wasn't gonna wear this hat. I was gonna I have, like my mom always calls it, my like Cousin Eddie type, like furry hat sort of thing.
Right.
I was gonna wear that today.
I actually bought one of those for the Dolphins game this weekend. It's the Dolphins one that I'm.
Oh, nice.
They're the most comfy hats in the world.
Yeah, the little Russian hats.
But they I don't know here. I would say probably Clark.
All right, we got two Clarks.
I would say Clark, yeah.
Triple
Clark.
T.
The lighting itself.
The lighting, that's the first thing that comes into my head. It's always like, it's the lights and
The lighting thing itself, for him, I mean, that was just, him getting so pissed, and then it, wiping out, like, the power to everybody when he gets it on.
I
finally,
love the sled.
Yeah.
Yes, the sled taking off,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
All right, so.
In Eddie's defense, though, I mean, he did do a very Christmassy thing to go out.
And
get Clark's boss.
Kidnap his boss.
Get
and
him in
bring
a
it back
nice
as
little
gift,
boat.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
it's a very Christmassy sentiment.
He gave him a person for
Yeah,
Christmas.
he really did.
He really did.
He really did.
Now
step
that
beyond.
you think about it, with him wearing that hat, him kidnapping people, is cousin Eddie KGB?
Probably shouldn't go down that rabbit.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Because there's been a lot of things about Randy Quaid in the last decade or so. He kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Little
Yeah.
bit.
Was that ever up for discussion?
Okay. So anyways, so then we have Jack Skellington versus my beard idol, Yukon Cornelius. How about Todd? You start with this.
That's a tough one. I've always been a fan of Yukon, the silver and gold, but he's not. He doesn't like exemplify Christmas-y.
Like Jack Skellington does?
That's where it's hard because yes and no.
You have a character who's dominantly been a Halloween character, finds his way into Christmas land and becomes obsessed with it.
Right.
Right.
So
and even though his
Yukon
original
Cornelius
intentions
wasn't, all he was looking for was silver and gold. He didn't have like Christmas intentions at first until he ran into and da-da-da. So him as a person, it seems that he...
we know all these characters are fictional, Todd. You don't have to quote. You don't have to throw the air quotes up.
No, this is what we do. No, don't make fun of it. This is exactly what we do on this show.
He did, it's not
We go
like
in depth.
It's not like he came out the bat like, hey, I'm all about Christmas and I want to help the Misfits toys and stuff. He was looking for silver and gold. So he wasn't like Christmassy until he ran into, and then that whole thing.
But he found the Christmas spirit.
He did.
Which essentially is the same as Jack Skellington, because Jack Skellington didn't, his intentions originally weren't because he was like, oh my God, I'm holly jolly.
Right.
He just wanted a new holiday. And then he eventually found the Christmas spirit in the same way that Yukon Cornelius did.
Can we call it a tie, or does one have to win?
One has to vote. Well, we can come back to you if you'd like.
No, I would have to say if it really came down to it, it would have to be Jack,
All
in my
right,
opinion.
you like Jack better. I know he likes the Jack better.
Only yours.
Go on. Essential?
This is another. You know what? You really, when you made this, you really put them on like the perfect bracket. Because I feel like
I can't take credit for that. That goes to Garrett.
Okay? Well, then
I just came up with a
He
character.
made the list. I made the bracket.
All right, yeah, you put them on a perfect bracket then, because this is pretty even for me. When it comes down to Jack, I feel like when I watch Nightmare Before Christmas, it's never actually on like during the Christmas season, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like most people don't.
I typically watch it. That's like my last movie I watch during like the Halloween seasons. That way it gets you into that more holly jolly sort of spirit. So I'm going to be honest here, and this might be a controversial opinion. I don't consider him really a Christmas character.
Okay.
That's just how I go. I know.
But for the sake of this bracket.
Yeah, for the sake of this bracket, I would probably go Yukon
Okay.
on this. Just because, I mean, when I think of Christmas, Rudolph is like one of the
Oh, absolutely.
first things I think of. So it's kind of that's where I lean probably.
Yeah.
So we're on to you, Garrett. And before I say anything, did you watch the Scream teaser I sent you?
I didn't watch it yet. No.
Oh, that was amazing today.
It definitely got me a little hype.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
He's a loser that loses.
Rockin right out the door, so I didn't have time to play it. So.
All right. So, Jack Skellington or Yukon Cornelius? I know what you're going for. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's all I got.
I'm not
That's all
even
I
going
got
to
to say.
explain it. Just there it
I
is.
knew where he was going.
That's all I got to say.
All right. So next,
What do we got?
Ernest P. Worrell versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do I like, as much as I love Ernest Saves Christmas, it's one of the first Christmas movies I remember as a kid. And the Ernest movies
My
will
favorite is Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh, 100%. Followed by
It's the
Ernest,
best one.
followed by Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are all great movies. And before any of you guys vote, something else, a caveat. I'm holding one veto. It obviously can't be used into the Final Four. But if you guys vote against one character that I completely disagree with, I'm vetoing the shit out of you.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I'm not using this right now because I'm assuming, and tell me if I'm wrong, everybody's going Rudolph on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rudolph.
I mean, they're all the ultimate.
Casey was going to go Ernest.
Here's my thing. Ernest has especially Ernest Saves Christmas is here's the thing. I've never seen that movie. A funny story though. My friend group a while ago. It was like a running gag in our friend group. My friend has like one of those servers where he has a bunch of movies. We would watch a movie every week. Ernest Saves Christmas was on there. We'd never watch it, but I've seen the trailer for it easily like 200 times because.
So then why did you just watch the movie?
Here's the thing.
You spent more time watching the trailer
than the actual
than
movie.
the actual movie.
We didn't think the movie would like. They were huge potheads. We didn't think that
Even better.
they might enjoy it, but we never thought to watch it. We would watch
I
the
don't know any
trailer
huge potheads,
over and over again, just for the one. It's like maybe a 1 second shot of him and like the elves crouching in like suits. I don't know what's so funny about it.
Sometimes the
If
visual
you're
of
watching and
something.
you know what I'm talking
Z's
about.
mom says
it's
Merry
crazy.
Christmas, guys.
Oh, hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. But yeah, no. So Ernest Saves Christmas has a soft spot in my heart, but I would go Rudolph here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft spot for a movie you've never seen.
It's one of
You know
those
what?
trailers.
I'm giving you a homework assignment, Casey. Watch it by the end of the Christmas season,
All right.
please.
All right.
Sidebar, in about like 10, 15 years, I want to see John Cena make a movie, an Ernest movie,
Being his son?
but it's about Ernest making all those movies. So he literally does like an Ernest biography, but like, how great would that be?
John Cena would have to lose all his muscle mass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because he's half the size that he used to be, when he was like picking up Big Show, like right now. So, in
I
10,
get it.
15 years, he's going to be a
John
lot smaller.
Cena as Ernest in a biopic.
Yeah, like
I'd much rather see John Cena as Ernest P. Worrell Jr. in like a continuation,
yeah.
being his son. And then you have like Ernest Scared Stupid 2, Ernest Saves Christmas 2, Ernest going to prison.
Yeah.
instead of jail.
Yeah.
So next we have Fred Claus versus Gonzo from playing the Charles Dickens character in Muppets Christmas Carol.
Didn't that movie just hit like 30? No, what was it?
It might
30
be 30
years?
years. It was
just
early
hit
90s.
something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Was it early 90s, late 80s?
It was early 90s. Actually, it might be closer to mid 90s. Actually,
I'm going Gonzo. I'm going Gonzo, mainly because I only like Vince
92.
Vaughn in like a
92.
handful of movies.
So yes, it would
So
be
you're a fan of like the Wedding Crashers, Vince?
No,
No?
no.
Really?
I'm really no. That movie actually didn't really do a whole lot for it.
This
No,
year is Muppets Christmas Carol.
Okay, yeah, I
Nice.
knew it was a big.
yeah.
See, Vince
I'm going
Vaughn's hit-
Gonzo for this one.
All right, Vince Vaughn's hit or miss for me.
That's what I mean.
Like one of my favorite Vince Vaughn's is Swingers.
Okay.
I just want to kiss you.
Go on.
I mean, what's different about that? Like, no,
So-
but I mean, it's like dodgeball delivery man.
We
It's
actually
such
watched.
a really
Me and
good movie.
Maria watched Four Christmases last night. Very underrated, very heartfelt.
I was gonna say he should have been, if any Vince Vaughn character was gonna be on there, it should have been the Four Christmases Vince Vaughn. I love that.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. I love that movie.
So Casey, Gonzo or Fred Claus?
See, that's a tough one. I never really. I watched Fred Claus a couple times, but I was never really into it. Whereas, like even the Muppets Christmas Carol, I don't think I've watched more than a couple times.
I love it.
I would say probably Gonzo. Yeah.
So Gonzo wins. Todd.
Yeah.
Gonzo.
All right.
Yeah.
So Gonzo beats Fred Claus. The man can't win. His brother Santa, he can't even beat a Muppet.
Hey, make a better movie. I don't know.
You should have been a better actor
Sorry.
in that movie.
So
Like maybe if it, yeah, again, it's like my problem with a lot of Vince Vaughn stuff is he's the same character. He's one of those actors. He's a very similar person in every movie. Even if something as good as Dodgeball, he's still very Vince Vaughn in it. It's just he also happens to be like he's still a sarcastic jackass, but he's also a really nice guy at the same time. You know what I mean? Because he's
What was that war movie that Vince Vaughn was in? Was it Hacksaw Ridge he was in?
yes, I
He
believe.
was great in that. I
oh,
thought.
I'm sure he was. I've actually never seen it.
Oh, you should definitely see it. It's a
He
great
played
movie.
fantastic Norman Bates. I like this.
I
Idea.
I
didn't
actually
see it.
never watched the
I
remake.
didn't see it.
It's almost like shot for shot of the original. It's quite the
Yeah,
feat.
see, I don't know about like shot for shot
Dude,
remakes and
like,
stuff because like
it works.
Poltergeist was almost a shot for shot
Yeah.
remake, and it was like I'm just gonna why did I waste this much time? I would have watched the original.
Vince Vaughn's performance is haunting in that movie.
Really?
Like,
I'm sure.
because especially because you're so used to him playing, like you say, the same character in every movie.
Right.
To see him play somebody like that it's fucking freaky, dude.
Yeah.
So our next was originally going to be Frosty the Snowman versus Harold and Kumar, but I kicked out Harold and Kumar, and I brought Gizmo from Gremlins.
All right,
All right.
that's better.
So we have Frosty versus Gizmo, and Triple T, why don't you start off?
Man, you guys never told me this would be a difficult thing.
Oh, trust me, this is why people love this.
You know how many times I've quit this show?
I mean, it's Frosty.
Damn near every episode.
But then on the other hand,
It's Gizmo,
it's
bro.
Gizmo. So it's.
Like,
But when it all comes down to it, and honestly, just Gremlins movies are great. Don't get me wrong. But if somebody was like, "Hey, off the top of your head, just throw out 5 Christmas movies," Frosty is going to be one of them.
really?
More than like Gremlins because it's in your face more than it's a Christmas movie than Gremlins is. Gremlins is a Christmas movie, but it's.
Oh, don't do this to me. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm just listening to Todd talk. I don't know what you mean.
So I would have to go Frosty.
All right, Todd goes Frosty. Casey.
Gizmo.
Ooh, that was quick on the draw.
Quick with it. Listen, I love it. I've been saying for years they should be not a remake, but maybe a sequel.
I thought they were working on
Christmas
They
it.
are.
sequel.
They're actually coming out with an animated one fairly soon, and that's going to lead into Gremlins 3.
Oh,
That's
Well,
the
that's okay.
scuttlebutt on the street.
Garrett,
Garrett.
very weary of things being touched upon, from the 80s. It's like even
why
Willow,
Todd touches you all the time.
even Willow right now. I'm waiting on if it's gonna get. It's not terrible, but it's not.
I'm enjoying it. I haven't watched today's episode, but
No, I didn't watch today's.
so a meltable man or
It's Frosty.
wow.
I love Gizmo. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong,
it's
but
just
we're
when I
talking
think of
Christmas
Christmas.
characters here, man.
I know it happens during Christmas in Gremlins, but they're not like it's not pushed as like a Christmas movie like
Yeah.
Frosty is.
It is a Christmas movie,
love
but it's
Gizmo.
not
But it's
pushed.
not. Yeah,
I love Gizmo.
Guys, one of the most heartbreaking Christmas moments takes place in Gremlins when she's telling him the story about how on Christmas Eve her father didn't come home and they find him dead in the chimney.
Can I tell you too? With the second one, when she goes to go into the story,
Yeah.
and he like completely just subverts everything. Like no, let's not do this, because like that was such a great moment in that movie. I don't know. Like Gremlins 2 is great.
I love both those movies.
yeah.
You know, I think it doesn't, because it was goofier.
Right.
It doesn't get the
As much
shine
credit.
is the first one. I don't know about
You ever see the Key and Peele sketch where they were talking about the ideas for Gremlins 2?
No, I need to watch through the.
gotta
It's
watch-
like because
there-
I always got like YouTube clips of like the best ones, but now it's like streaming on like
I
multiple
think Jordan
platforms.
Peele's like,
So now I got to watch.
He's playing some higher up,
front
and he
to back.
comes in, and he just basically he's hearing all these like crazy, stupid, so dumb it's great ideas for Gremlins. And he's like, "You want it? You got it in the movie." And he's like, "Give it to everyone's losing it. It's amazing. You gotta watch it. It's crazy."
So now we have Heat Miser versus Max the dog from The Grinch. Garrett, you can start us off.
This is the one. You know how like one comes up where you kind of just couldn't care less.
Yeah, you.
This is mine.
Okay.
So Max,
All right, Max the dog gets one vote.
because why?
Todd, you can go second.
Casey looks like
Honestly,
he's mulling it over,
it's for whatever reason. Heat Miser, because I love that song.
Okay.
I mean, Max is cool, but
Max is great.
I don't know about. I just love that song.
Most loyal friend ever, Max is.
It's true.
Casey?
Here's my thing. I don't know if anyone's ever made like a Rudolph character tier list. Might be a crazy opinion once again from me. Heat Miser's like bottom tier. I forget he exists half the time. So I would go Max on this.
All right.
Just because that Jim Carrey remake, that Max, I wanted that dog as a kid. That was the.
I hated that live action.
Yeah.
The Grinch. I hated it.
You know, I give everything to Jim Carrey because he's
I
Jim
love
Carrey.
that
but
movie.
I love Jim
it just-
Carrey, don't get me
It was
wrong.
a
I love that
movie
movie.
that, those are movies that never
I love his Grinch.
should be touched by anybody. Rudolph, like nothing. I don't even care if they do
I love that
animation.
movie.
They just need to.
I was only one when it came out, I think, but it
Yeah,
was.
it's probably why.
Yeah. I don't know,
If you were
it's
our age, you'd be
nostalgia.
like, yeah, it's all right.
I like the Grinch. I like his portrayal as the
You're
Grinch.
telling me the scene where he's like yelling in the
actually
cave and it's echoing back and
Yeah.
arguing with that's like
Oh,
that's
it's funny.
genius.
Like,
Oh, it's
yeah, but
great.
like it's I don't know. It's
Jim Carrey.
overall, what's the next thing? What do we got?
We have
Is it
Kevin McAllister
versus the Wet
Wet
Bandits?
That one's too.
It's hard to pick, right? Because it's like
Go ahead.
normally you would think, well, the good guy, aka Kevin in the movie is going to be more Christmassy, but he's not. Pretty much gets left home alone
You mean
because
the
he's literally
psychopathic
being a pain in
7-year-old?
the ass. You know what I mean? So
Garrett, you seem to have very strong opinions about this. Why don't you start us off?
no, I'm just saying the comparison.
Start it off.
Trying to figure out the two. You know?
Start it off.
I think you're going to end up seeing us lean more towards Kevin because of how everything.
Wow, apparently
ended
he's
up in the
speaking.
end.
Garrett's speaking for everybody now.
No, honestly I agree with him.
Yeah, only because of how everything. Was he being a jerk? Sure. But then again, the Wet Bandits were literally robbing houses. And
And that's not very Christmassy.
and leaving the water on,
Well, if being a jerk isn't Christmassy, I mean-
yeah, which even Joe Pesci was like, "You're sick. What's wrong with you?" Even that was wrong for him. But I think
Kevin McAllister for all
I
you?
think it's Kevin ended up being a little more Christmassy in the
Yeah.
end.
All right.
He helped the old man get over his issue with his son.
So it
He
was.
had the
he gave something that wasn't actually like a physical present.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're following that up with John McClane versus Han Gruber. Yes,
That's right.
That's not Tony Plaza. This is actually Hans Gruber right there.
I don't know.
Well, Garrett,
Which
you'll
is
be
cra-
the last one for this.
Which is crazy because
that's-
here you have a thief posing as a terrorist who shoots Joe Takagi in the head, and then you have a cop trying to save his wife and everybody else,
Well,
and I still don't know who to pick
as I
as the
put-
more Christmassy character.
Well, obviously, John McClane brings joy to everybody by killing Hans Gruber.
That's true.
And as I pointed out to you guys earlier in the week, Die Hard is essentially the grown-up version of Home Alone.
It is.
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister is a young John McClane.
It is. It is. It's like every year the argument comes up is Die Hard at Christmas. I'm like,
Complex wants
I'm
to say-
going to start punching people if they is it or it's not. If you just flat out say it's not a Christmas movie, I'm gonna start hurting. I'm getting to the age where I'm just gonna start hurting people. Like stop. If something takes place during Christmas, it is a Christmas movie.
Oh, so
Period.
first,
Gremlins,
two
Lethal Weapon.
two things.
They're Christmas movies.
Complex asked if he could say Santa from Violent Night, and I told him not all of us have seen it yet. I don't know if any of us have actually seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was
I
great.
haven't seen it though, but it seems like one of those movies that's so ridiculous that it's going to be fantastic.
So, and then Mike, who wasn't able to join us today, he said, John McClane, no question.
It is John McClane.
Yeah.
I would go John McClane, yeah.
And then Complex wants to know if Batman from Batman Returns.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, maybe he should have been up there instead of Max or Heat Miser.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one.
All right, so the first round has been completed. All right, guys, good job, Todd. You made through your first one. I can see the stress on your face.
It gets stressful. We've had some.
Well, the stress level is about to pop up even more because
Yeah.
we're going to start off the next round with Frosty the Snowman versus Clark Griswold. Todd, go ahead.
Clark.
Oh,
Yeah, Clark. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
what would you have picked?
I don't know because I was going to have to get into it, so it doesn't matter. Let's not waste the brain power.
I just want to say, all the whole Christmas, everything. Frosty literally has a song about him. All the reasonings Todd used prior, he just threw out the window.
But because
That's what we do here at Movie Man.
But that's what happens.
We
at Movie
use,
Madness.
you have no idea how many times we've done that with movies, and then the next movie will be like, oh, this one, they're like, but you just said, I don't care what I just said.
I know what I just said, but this person's better, or this movie's better.
Yeah.
Or that you would, if you go back and watch every episode, it happens probably once every episode, at least minimum once every episode. That's why this show is so great.
And now we're going to start off, or we're going to follow up with Jack Skellington versus Ralphie from A Christmas Story.
Jack, because, and you know what, if people want to hate me for this, that's cool. I cannot stand A Christmas Story.
Bro, I'm right. I hate A Christmas Story.
No. No.
Cannot stand A Christmas Story.
Nope.
I get so pissed off when TBS runs it
I
for
never
like 24 hours.
straight.
I get so mad
My
at
wife
that.
doesn't like it either. Like, no, we don't watch it.
No, I hate
I
it.
can't stand A Christmas Story.
I want to see.
I
wanna
want
see
to
the
watch
new
it
one.
because I appreciate Peter Billingsley.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
do. It's not his fault that I don't like the movie. I don't know.
I want to see the new one just to.
Yeah, the Christmas Story, A Christmas Story, Christmas. Yeah. I will eventually watch it.
But yeah, no, I can't. I cannot stand
And Mike also said, he said Jake instead of Jack, but I got what he was saying. Jack, because A Christmas Story is awful.
No.
He said the new one was better than the first.
No.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm done. I'm done to watch it.
I can't with you guys right now. I can't do this. Listen, when I was younger, I had the glasses, I had the blonde hair. My mom actually considered getting me the pink bunny outfit from the movie because
you
I
a
looked.
She would have been my
I
hero
looked
if
so
she
much
had.
just like him.
Were you a dickhead, though?
No,
Okay, then.
but I don't know.
were you a
I
dickhead?
love that movie. That
I said Casey's crying now. Mike goes, that's normal.
one of the literally one of the best like Christmas moments I can remember from like recent history was I was sitting on the couch with my cat who was like half asleep on
Oh,
my
that
lap.
explains a lot.
And I'm watching Christmas Story. It's right at the end when the tree they're sitting in front of the tree watching the snow come down and then rolls to credits. It's like one of the most Christmassy, like, spirited moments I can remember.
Wow.
I love that movie.
Your mom said Casey was always a dickhead.
Oh, that's bull. No, she's lying. She's talking.
Oh,
She's
great.
talking.
Yikes.
No, I would have went Ralph on this one. I love Ralph.
Well, Ralph lost.
Your vote doesn't matter.
So next, George Bailey versus Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Who is George Bailey?
Get out.
Who is that?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Wonderful life.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right.
Jimmy Stewart's character in Wonderful
Okay.
Life.
All right. I didn't remember that name.
Okay, hold on. I know we're on Movie Madness, but breaking news: Mandy Rose fired from WWE.
No.
Stop.
I didn't go into it, but that's what it says.
Yes, I see it right now. Former NXT Women's
Why?
Champion is no longer with the company.
Didn't she just lose the
She
title?
lost
Last
night.
night.
What? Oh,
I wonder what went down.
I'm reading right now.
wasn't something? I thought I heard something a couple days ago about.
I didn't hear it.
Well, I don't want to.
I've been busy.
I think
WWE
Some sort
made
of
the decision to
leaks
release Rose
photos.
after officials felt that they were put in a tough position
I
with
don't
some of
know.
the content on her fan time page.
Yep.
Oh.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Posted some explicit photos and videos on the page, and WWE reportedly felt they were outside the perimeters of her contract. What is fan time? Is that like OnlyFans?
It's like OnlyFans.
Probably,
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Mandy Rose is on fan time, guys. Look it up. Send
Well,
me,
now she's gonna be on there a lot more.
somebody send me pictures
So it's not like she's gonna be losing money.
at all.
Yeah.
If anything, she's probably just upgraded.
Well,
Yeah.
and then in about an hour, you're going to get an update. Mandy Rose is signed with AEW.
Yeah. Mandy Rose will be all
Vince
elite.
McMahon touched Mandy Rose.
no.
All right, we'll be surprised. So, Rudolph versus George Bailey.
That's because now you're touching two sacred things, like sacred.
It's a
sacred
Wonderful
things.
Life was a movie from the time I was a child, like little, that I would watch with my mom every year, that I even watch to this day every year. And it's been redone on countless TV shows and movies and everything.
Rudolph.
And all right.
No.
Okay. No, hold on. Rudolph's entire thing was always trying to be a part, lead, do everything he was doing.
Yeah.
George had to
Learn.
his lesson. That's all I'm basing it on because I'm having a hard time with it. I'm just taking that avenue. Rudolph. That's what we're doing.
All right, Casey.
No, I would George Bailey. I didn't even know his name, but I would easily say George Bailey. Yeah.
I had to say Rudolph though. When broken down like that, it makes sense because he did have to get taught a lesson.
Veto! Veto! George Bailey moves on.
Thank. We love it. We love to see it. We love to see it.
George Bailey moves on.
Okay. That's your one veto, though, right?
Correct. That's
All
the
right.
only veto I got.
Hey, I'm with it.
All right.
Next.
Gonzo versus Scott Calvin. This is easy for all of us, I believe. In case if you ask me who Scott Calvin is, I'm throwing something at you.
Here's my thing. I know of the name.
It's Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah. You should have just said that.
I did. I said Scott Calvin.
Well, you should. I don't know. I think of him as just Santa Claus, but
Okay. Who wants to go first?
See, now it's another tough one because I enjoyed those movies. I like Tim Allen.
I love them. I'm watching Disney Plus series now. Like,
you like
Is that good?
the Disney Plus series?
I'm digging it, dude.
I don't like what they're changing.
I like the fact that it's going to end with Scott Calvin being Santa Claus again.
Okay. All right.
Like Kumar is playing a perfect role in it.
Yeah.
But who wants to go first?
I'll have to say honestly, I know whatever Gonzo, but Scott Calvin. I really
Yeah.
the
No,
Santa Claus movies.
Santa Claus 2 is underrated. People crap on that movie a lot.
See, I'd have gone Gonzo with you if you were Gonzo.
It's one of those things where it's just I don't know, man. When the first one, especially with that movie, was just I don't know. I've always been a Tim Allen fan, so when he can
I'm
do
not
roles
the
good,
biggest Tim Allen fan.
Yeah, see, I watch Home Improvement all the
I
time.
love
His
it.
stand-up's a little funky.
I watched Home Improvement 2 when it was on, but like I would never give it a rewatch now that I'm older.
See, that's Maria's like all-time favorite comedy. We've given a rewatch, and it actually kind of holds up. And I dug Last Man Standing too. I thought that was funny too. Tim Allen he's Tim Allen. Like he's
Buzz Lightyear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought that was Chris Pine.
Chris Pine is Buzz Lightyear now.
That's not. That's not
now
Chris
it is.
Pine.
Not Chris Pine. Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Oh, I thought it was
Chris Evans.
Captain America.
Whatever. It was a Chris.
It was a Chris.
It was
One
a
of the
Chris. Yeah,
Chris's.
you're not
Few of them
wrong.
out there.
So we have Buddy from Elf
Oh no.
versus Frosty the Snowman.
Buddy, and if
Buddy.
you vote against him, I'm
Buddy.
gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman. Elf, the Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
Can't stand Will Ferrell.
Yeah. See now I don't like Tim Allen, and he doesn't like Will Ferrell.
No, okay. I don't. Will Ferrell in Saturday Night Live, that was a different. I enjoyed like that type of Will Ferrell. Like the Will Ferrell movies, I just can't.
Step Brothers.
Can't.
No, I'm with him on that. I don't like Step Brothers either.
It's one of those things where it's just like.
Yeah.
Step Brothers is hilarious.
I always hear it gets so much praise. It's like one of
Mike
the
is
best
with.
comedies. I don't
Mike's
find it
been
that
with
funny.
Todd. He voted Frosty.
Mike doesn't like him. Mike doesn't like him either.
Now, if we're talking Anchorman, though, Anchorman 1
Anchorman
and
was
2
a good
are
movie.
great. I like
Anchorman
both
is
of them.
fantastic.
I actually just watched last week that new movie with Will Ferrell.
Oh, Spirited?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Oh, with Ryan
It's great.
Reynolds.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was
I do
such
wanna
a
see that.
cool.
It was great.
It was such a cool spin on a Christmas Carol like mythos, and it was wonderful.
yeah, it was great.
And it wasn't R, so it wasn't like raunchy. It was good. It was super good.
I do want to watch that because I'm a
Off
Ryan
topic.
Reynolds fan.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds now? I know he gets a lot of like, oh, he's always doing the same. Is he basically the Vince Vaughn of this era?
No,
No,
He's
because
doing the same character. For
but
a
he's
lot
and
of
that's
years.
in a lot of but
Well, he's being typecast and stuff.
he's been typecast. But like the thing with him was even like over a decade before he even played Deadpool, they were writing Deadpool like him.
No, yeah.
Like
You know what I
he's
mean?
always been this kind of character. If you
So
go back and look
when
at all
he's
his
very much
stuff.
himself, a turned up version of himself as
Yeah.
Deadpool, that's not even like something that's his fault, and that is something that is literally expected. Just
Oh, yeah,
plain out,
no, yeah.
period. And any other couple, but if you take movies, even like the Hitman's Bodyguard, it's like he's slightly off of that, like little different. But even movies like Safe House,
Yeah.
where he's not, that's a very dramatic role. Safe House. What was the one where he was in space with like Jake Gyllenhaal and all that? Like that. That's
yeah.
Home.
you
I
know,
think it was something. I don't remember.
it's very different than the other stuff.
Sadness. What's happening?
Oh look, the Grinch is here.
Come on,
Christmas, buddy.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
nice hat.
Are those your reading glasses?
Yeah,
there?
unfortunately, I'm
Oh, wow.
guys. Casey's back. The only
Casey's back. Merry Christmas.
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
The dickhead who stole all the joy out of everything is here.
It's not on.
It wouldn't.
It's not. I asked Todd if he knew what was up. It's not coming across. It's weird.
Weird. Anyway, looks good.
I figured it was something you did
Yeah.
to us to
You broke in and
sabotage the day. We're doing.
Like the locker room at Proctor High School.
Well, you should have seen what Todd was doing before.
Yeah. Before we went on air, if you knew, you knew.
So next up, we got Max the dog versus Cindy Lou Who.
Max clears. Max clears.
Wow.
Yep.
Max clears over literally the person who got
Cindy
the
Lou.
Grinch's
Yeah,
heart.
Cindy Lou.
Cindy Lou. Cindy Lou because she led the singing at the end, even when all the stuff was gone.
Her song
She-
in that movie is so good, but I hate her singing.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. You're still wrong. It's the especially when you go back to like the version the one that we watch. It's like, all the stuff is gone, and then there's the singing. He looks down, it's the singing, and he understands.
Because they still all have each
he
other.
understands, it's the time of the season, and she leads that. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine.
So then, the Grinch versus Kevin McAllister.
The Grinch.
Are they not the same character?
No, they're not. John McClane.
Are they not the same character?
No, because
Think about
I'm
it.
thinking about it, but
Think about it.
Kevin didn't steal people's presents.
True.
He stole the Wet Bandits presents.
No, what bandits are burglars.
Yeah, he still stole their presents.
You excited for that new horror Grinch movie?
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more excited for that than the Winnie the Pooh one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blood and Honey or whatever it's called.
It's made by the same company though.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about any of it, but
We'll see what happens.
Are we all going to watch Cocaine Bear?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I just love the fact that
That was actually
it's a
movie and it's
dramatization
Of a true
of a
story.
true story.
that was actually what I was considering at one point to be my wrestling name.
Okay, just come out with white in your beard.
So Mike says Grinch. Mm-hmm. Todd and so apparently Mike and Casey finally agree on something.
Mike would be right.
Kevin McAllister, Grinch, guys.
I don't know, because again, the Grinch had to learn his lesson. No.
And also,
So did Kevin.
so
That's
Todd,
where I'm stuck. I'm like, are they not the same
So
character?
Todd, if you picked Kevin right now, it would force Garrett to have to choose.
That's true. I'll pick Kevin.
God damn it.
Because, it's...
Solo camera on you, Garrett.
I hate you guys.
Kevin McAllister or Ziza.
I don't know. Somebody make a case.
Does Kevin McAllister have a horror movie being made about him?
He should.
Kevin McAllister was.
He
in
made
a
his
horror
own.
movie. Yeah.
If anything,
He made his
Saw.
own horror. He
It's
made his own
basically
horror
just Saw.
video like a
I'll
few
make
years
the
ago.
case for you. Kevin McAllister is a John McClane in training. There's
It's
potential.
not helping the situation.
Listen, let me finish. There's so much potential out there for what could happen in Kevin McAllister's future. Even to this day, they could come out with another Home Alone movie starring Macaulay Culkin and further it on. Maybe he's part of the Wet Bandits now. Who knows what
Yeah,
happens?
that'd be great.
The Grinch's story is done and over with. There's nothing more you can do. Now he's a good
All right,
guy.
fine, Kevin.
I think they're doing a Grinch sequel, aren't they? The animated
He
one.
voted Kevin.
First you get rid of Max, and now you got rid of the Grinch. You happy?
What?
It's a good setup like this.
Well, we had to put it back here because there's four of us instead of doing it on the other screen. So now we have the king of Nakatomi Plaza, John McClane, versus the king of anti-Christmas, Ebenezer Scrooge. Mike's not happy with our choice, guys.
I'm not either. I'm not either.
And Mike said he's always right, Casey. John McClane.
Scrooge.
Oh.
Scrooge.
Hey, Garrett, if you pick John McClane right now, Todd will have to choose.
John McClane.
And see, that's a difficult one for me because if you go old school with Ebenezer Scrooge, but, like I said earlier before we went on,
There's been so many versions.
there's Frank Cross from
Frank
Scrooge,
Cross.
which
That is
I
my
would have
favorite.
to pick him over McClane, but he's not. So it's
There's only one John McClane.
true. So I'll have to go McClane. If it was
Okay.
Scrooged,
Yeah,
I would go
I'm with
Frank
him on
Cross.
that as well.
If it was
Yeah.
Frank Cross, I probably would have gone Frank Cross.
I'm very excited about this now because in the next round we have Kevin McAllister versus John McClane.
I'll leave. I don't need
and
no stroke for me
someone
today.
else can pick that.
So we're now
I did not
on-
do this on purpose.
We're now on to round 3, and we start off with Clark Griswold versus Jack Skellington.
Clark.
Clark.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Garrett was picking Jack.
Probably. Doesn't matter. I didn't. I like when I don't have to think about it sometimes. Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Even if I,
George Bailey versus Scott Calvin.
Similar characters who had to learn their lesson
Exactly.
and go through stuff.
And I just want to remind you guys of something. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets wings.
Very, very similar characters who had to go through.
So you're
they had
saying
to go
Santa
through.
Claus is the same as George Bailey?
No.
So that's I know what you're saying.
I know what he's saying too.
But that's where I have to pick Scott Calvin because George Bailey learned his lesson. Scott Calvin learned his lesson and then became Santa Claus, bringing toys to people.
Over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
So in the end, he was
Some would
more-
argue he's still learning lessons.
Yes, we
Yes.
all are.
I would, I'd go Scott on this. I'd go Scott.
Scott Calvin.
Yeah,
What would have been your pick?
I probably would have had to go Scott Calvin.
yeah.
Putting aside my dislike for Tim Allen, my overall I don't care about.
So
anything he
now
does.
we have
The character.
Cindy Lou Who versus Buddy the Elf.
Buddy.
Buddy.
Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy.
You can't.
You've got to put he's the embodiment of everything Christmas.
I would hit him with a truck.
He's the best. He got hit
If
with
anything,
a taxi in the movie.
He gets hit by a taxi, gets
the movie 'cause
clawed
I
by a
can't
Excuse me.
raccoon.
stand Cheryl.
Excuse me. John McClane versus Kevin McAllister. Casey, I'll let you start.
Okay. I think I have to go Kevin.
Okay.
And here's why. Correct me if I'm wrong. Almost all of the Home Alone movies are Christmas themed.
Yeah,
They all take
Whereas-
place during Christmas, yes.
I don't.
There's only two.
Die Hard, I don't think has.
I know there's more, but there's only two.
No, there's
Right,
only two.
yeah, no.
Like there's only 3 Indiana
I'm
Jones
with you on
movies,
that.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Well, there's actually been, I think I counted up, there's 6 Home Alone movies.
There is,
No.
yes. 4 of them.
There's two.
Well, the last one actually ties into the original because Buzz is in it.
Oh, really?
Yep. He plays a big fat cop in a car. And they
Is he actually Buzz?
Yeah, no, same character, same actor. And
So he's Officer McAllister.
yes, and they talk about Kevin, who runs his own security company now.
Of course he does.
That's amazing.
Of course he does.
Yeah, so the new one it came out last year on Disney Plus.
What was that Home Sweet Home Alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I have to go. Yeah, Kevin here.
All right,
It's
Triple T.
Yeah, come back to me.
Oh,
If Kevin had killed the Wet Bandits,
You know what that meant? Yeah, so yes.
I mean,
If this small child had just murdered these two dudes.
but I'm going John McClane.
all right. So we got Kevin McAllister, John McClane. It's up to you, Todd.
You know what? When putting it that way.
Sometimes you gotta find an avenue to make a choice. Sometimes
And because now, and this, now that he put it that way, and my stoner brain clicked on certain things, he did get the Wet Bandits arrested.
Yeah,
But
and then
they
the-
came back in the second movie, so they
As the
either
Sticky
got out
Bandits,
or whatever.
they came back
Right.
as the Sticky Bandits.
But McClane ended that shit.
Yeah.
So there was no.
only his
you know
brother
what I
had to
mean?
come back for revenge.
John
'cause-
McClane ended that shit right here.
Yeah. So on that, I would have to say now, yeah, if they had gone dark side on Home Alone, and yeah, he's dropping like guillotines on people, then it might have been another story. But he didn't necessarily end there.
Was it Mythbusters? Did they do the one where like they were myth busting that movie? It was like the paint cans.
Yes.
It, might,
And it was
yeah,
like-
probably,
it totally would have killed.
It would have killed them.
Yes,
it would have
absolutely.
shattered their skull.
Half of the stuff that happened in that movie would have
The
done
iron.
so
Just the
much more
falls
damage.
down the stairs.
Yeah,
they-
would've
like the
Yeah.
falls down the
necks.
basement stairs, you would have broke your neck
Yeah,
immediately.
Yeah.
Doesn't he like
Especially
electrocute one
too,
of them,
Yeah.
like
It's like,
Yeah.
because it's like when you think back, it's like okay, the one is the better movie, but the invasion scene into the second one, the attacks are way better. They're way more like they're insanely more
because
violent.
they had to go.
They had to step it up.
They had to level it
You
up.
know what I mean? Like he puts his flaming head in a toilet bowl full of kerosene. You know what I mean? Like he falls like 2 floors through the. You know what I mean? Like they would have at the bricks alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The bricks alone. Like he would have we would have been taking care of him.
Right.
If he would have been hit with those bricks like that, like he would have been in our
Well, even
care.
that fall when
You
they're
know?
on the rope climbing to the treehouse, like they're 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
You're
gonna break.
You're breaking something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Final Four is kind of pretty much what I assumed would be the Final Four.
Yeah.
We have Clark Griswold, Scott Calvin, Buddy the Elf, and John McClane.
Clark versus Scott.
Yeah. So let's go, guys.
Clark.
Yeah, I have to. I love the Santa Claus and whatever, but I have to go Clark.
He just wants an old-fashioned family Christmas.
Yeah.
That's all he wants.
I'm going. I'm with it. I'm going Clark, and I'm honestly surprised. I think if they would have been on different sides, maybe they would have gotten pushed for different characters
Yeah.
and different stuff. But I would have to. I would push Clark for.
So now
for
we
this
have
one.
John McClane versus Buddy the Elf.
It's still Buddy, man.
Wow.
Buddy the Elf.
I know, McLean.
I know you'd go McClane.
Just the shot in Elf of when the news is covering. There's an elf in Central Park, and
he's
it's like
just like-
recreating the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
That wins Buddy for me.
All right, so we got
Yeah.
Buddy versus Clark.
Again, we're talking Christmas characters.
Yeah.
He's literally the embodiment of just everything.
He's not
that
even a
is
real elf.
Chris. He's not even a real
He's an
elf.
honorary elf.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy the Elf versus Clark Griswold.
You
Clark.
know where we're going.
Clark.
Absolutely Clark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, you
What?
Just say it, yeah. I gotta go Clark. I have to go Clark.
You're fired. Both of
I
you.
have to go Clark.
Wait, just from this one or Wrestle Fandom?
Everything.
I have to go Clark. I have to. Clark is
Clark Griswold is the king of Christmas.
Oh my
the joy
God.
in his face
This
when
is
those
a
lights go
fucking
on.
travesty.
The joy in his face when the lights go on that is Christmas.
The joy in Buddy's face the whole movie.
But Clark,
yeah.
it's Christmas Vacation, man.
Elf.
Die Hard.
You I can't believe
If you had to
I
pick,
can't
I know
believe you
you're not
wasted your
voting.
veto
So,
If
on,
you had
on
to
that
pick.
to not use here.
well, I can't use it here. I said,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
Now, way I would have gone Scott Calvin over Clark Griswold.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I would have gone Buddy over John McClane. And
Okay.
then I would have picked Scott Calvin over Buddy the Elf. Like, because it's literally picking Santa Claus. He's Santa Claus.
See, for that, it brought it back to how he was, again, like kind of like grumpy at first, and
Right.
then he literally had to be forced to do the job,
Yeah, and that was 30 years
First.
ago. That was 30 years ago. He's,
You know what I
he's
mean?
Santa now, man.
you know? So, yeah, but he still had to be forced to do the job. All Clark wanted, like he said, was to just have a nice family, old-fashioned Christmas. That's all he wanted.
Can we just give an honorable mention to all the actors from Star Wars that had to be in the holiday special, though?
I just rewatched that a couple days ago.
And,
It is so terrible.
Garrett, Mike wants to know what is wrong with you. Clark all day over Buddy.
Do you
Yeah.
have a while?
Yeah, no. He knows that I will yell at him. He knows how intense of a discussion this will get. This would take up a whole shift with me and him. Okay.
Well, and the cool thing now is now you're a supervisor. So,
Yeah, yeah, but I'm not his supervisor.
but if he was working in your house, he would.
Yes. Yeah.
So then you'd be like, go out and run
Yeah.
and don't come back.
Yeah. Go. Go on your side.
So, guys, Clark Griswold.
Yep. It's amazing. When you think about that, just think about him shoving the tree right through the neighbor's window.
So before, you know, and I'm really happy we're all here together. So I'd actually like to give our fans a little something that we warmed up with before we went straight to that.
Oh, jeez.
So, Casey, if you could,
Well, no, can we give a little context about how we ended up on it?
we were checking the mics.
Okay. We were checking the mics
And
because Joe wasn't going to wear his headset because sitting in that seat, you know, you can hear
Everything.
you can hear a little better. And I said, yeah, but it's good to have it because if someone's mic isn't working, you're going to notice.
So then
And then they pointed out that,
then
my
I said to
suggestion was
Casey, I
correct.
said, so Casey, can you say, "You are my fire"?
You are my fire.
Todd,
The one desire.
Garrett, take it away.
Believe when I say.
Everybody now. I want it that way. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
We just turned that to a Christmas song.